Imagine where you live in a beautiful green world. You have a good paying job, nice hair. Life is basically great. The next thing you know it, you're bald, naked, forced to eat soup for the rest of your life? Like what happened? Well, meet Neo.
Hello?
Our main guy here. He's on the verge of discovering the harsh reality.
No,
Yup.
I don't believe it.
I'm telling you, man, you're bald.
Let me out! Stay away from me!
You're just like me. See? Told you.
I don't believe it.
Your head isn't the only cue ball here. We start with some cops cornering Trinity, who's apparently been taking parkour lessons, is running and jumping across rooftops like she's in a video game. Some guys in suits and sunglasses show up. She tries to hit the road, but one of the suited agents hurls a truck toward a phone booth where she's chilling. Suddenly, she disappears. Cut to Thomas Anderson, aka Neo, a software engineer by day, computer hacker by night. An insomniac by the looks of it. He gets a cryptic message on his computer.
The Matrix has you. Follow the white rabbit.
A knock at the door reveals one of his clients with a white rabbit tattoo. Neo, deciding to embrace his inner Alice, follows them down the rabbit hole to a club where Trinity whispers sweet nothings about the Matrix into his ear. She tells him that he's in danger and they're being watched. Neo, being the chill guy he is, just nods and goes along with it. The next day, Neo is working on his turned off screen and he gets a mysterious package at work. It's a cell phone and it rings. On the other end is Morpheus, the man who's Neo been cyber stalking. Morpheus warns him about some suspicious men in suits and sunglasses. With Morpheus on the other end of the phone attempting to guide him out, Neo ends up in a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek with these guys. Eventually he reaches the building's window, so now Neo has two choices. Either man up and take the leap, or embrace his inner Scrady cat, do a moonwalk and get captured. Well, let's just say he busted out some impressive moonwalking moves. Agents then try to get Neo to narc on Morpheus. They insist he's a super baddie. They offer to erase his cyber sins in exchange for catching Morpheus. Neo flips them the bird and demands a phone call. A sarcastic reply and a disappearing mouth later. Neo gets a belly full of robot spider. Neo wakes up convinced he had a nightmare worse than the one being naked in high school. But then Morpheus calls him again and tells him to go to a certain time and place to meet. There he is picked up by Trinity and two others. They demand he exposes his belly. He refuses.
Listen, you little brat. You either do this my way or the highway. Oh yeah? Well... Wait, that's not the highway.
Eventually he complies and they prove his dream was real by doing a quick bug extraction from his belly. They take him to meet Morpheus, who happens to wear sunglasses inside. Actually, a whole bunch of people are wearing sunglasses inside. Morpheus offers Neo a pick your own adventure scenario with two pills. Blue for a ticket back to ignorant bliss, or take the red pill for an adventure, a reality that exceeds all expectation, or better off for the truth. He took the blue pill. He wakes up from an awful dream, and yup, that pretty much wraps up the whole movie. No, I'm just kidding, he took the red pill. Neo's taken to a room. He took a seat, and they hook him up with wires. Suddenly, an urge grips him to reach out and touch a mirror before him. It spreads across his entire being. And wakes up naked in a pod filled with goo, surrounded by other unlucky pod people. He's rescued and taken aboard Morpheus' party blimp, the Nebuchadnezzar, as Neo's muscles remember what they're for after a lifetime of lazy pod lounging. Introductions are made to the crew on his ship. Apoc Switch, they're about to die. Cypher, he's about to betray everyone. Dozer, he's also about to die. Tank, also about to die, but then gonna not die, you know what I mean? Oh, and Morpheus fill him in on the whole machines have taken over the world and farm humans for energy thing. And Zion, an underground city, became the last resort for humans. He panics, realizing his whole life was a simulation and basically a lie, and tries to persuade himself that this is just a nightmare. To make matters worse, they let him on the fun fact that he is the one and he has to save humanity from extinction. So no pressure. Neo experiences a freak out and passes out, only to wake up to Morpheus' bedtime story about a man who could reshape the Matrix. Morpheus believes Neo is the rerun of this man, the one. Tank schools Neo about Zion, before dumping a ton of martial arts knowledge into Neo's brain via the Matrix. Neo, emerging from the mind mill, gushes "I know Kung Fu" and proceeds to get his butt kicked by Morpheus in a virtual dojo. Despite the butt kicking, Morpheus has faith in Neo, declaring he's the one to bring down the Matrix. Then he tries to teach him how to jump long distances, and it is as simple as just believing. Cypher, on the other hand, is regretting his life choices over a drink, telling Neo he should have gone for the blue pill, and to do a Forrest Gump at the sight of any agent. In the Matrix, Cypher strikes a deal with an agent to forget the real world and live in a fantasy life as a billionaire in exchange for Morpheus.
Okay, just one more question. How did you get in the Matrix without an operator? Honestly, I have no idea. Where are we going? We're going to Disneyland. Is that true, Morpheus? Yep.
Morpheus takes Neo to the
This
Oracle.
isn't Disneyland.
While Neo is waiting for the Oracle, a child starts talking to him.
Let me guess, they told you you're going to Disneyland? What, you too?
Neo meets the Oracle. She drops a truth bomb on him. He isn't the chosen one. As Neo leaves, he spots a cat, then sees it again.
Holy catnip, it's Deja Meow.
He says. His crew tells him it's a sign that the Matrix is being rebooted and having a software update. Just as they're about to exit, the agents pull a
Here's Johnny!
on them, trapping them inside like they're in some horror flick. After some intense hide and seek, our hero Morpheus decides to trade punches with Agent Smith. Agent Smith gets the upper hand. Morpheus is captured. Cypher gets the jump on Tank, and those are back in the real world. He then proceeds to throw a tantrum about the drab color palette of their reality, and starts unplugging crew members faster than a kid told to get off their video game. Tank gets up and zaps Cypher with a bolt of karma, saving Neo and Trinity from their sudden ejection from the Matrix. With Morpheus captured, the agents try to squeeze him for the Zion mainframe's Wi-Fi password.
Are we going to talk about this? I don't talk to liars. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm talking about Disneyland. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the Morpheus situation. There's nothing to talk about before I hear a sincere apology. Are you serious right now? This could lead to the extinction of humans. And you're upset about this? I ain't apologizing for nothing. Well, I guess it's going to be a sad thing, the destruction of the last humans here alive and possibly the extinction of humanity. If only someone could do something about it. I'm sorry. Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you. I said I'm sorry. Okay then, let's go get Morpheus.
Back to Smith, who asks for some me time with Morpheus. Smith admits that he's not exactly a fan of the Matrix's smell. He generously offers Morpheus a whiff.
Damn, that is nasty.
Meanwhile, Neo and Trinity are parkooing and gunslinging their way to the top until an agent appears. After a bullet-dodging spectacle, Trinity intervenes with a headshot, saying, so they go and hijack a helicopter. Like, why didn't they just kick things off with that? They swoop in to interrupt Morpheus' spot treatment with Smith, bullets flying everywhere. Then it's a waiting game while Morpheus wraps up his tussle with his inner demons. Morpheus springs to his feet, charging towards the helicopter, and Neo leaps in to snatch him.
Missed you.
Just when Neo is about to confess to Morpheus that the Oracle doesn't think he's the one, Morpheus interrupts with a "I don't wanna hear it" attitude. Fast forward to a subway station showdown with Agent Smith after Trinity and Morpheus have departed from the Matrix. Where Neo reveals he's more than your average Joe, he pulls off Matrix-style moves, giving Smith a run for his money. Just when it seems like the match could last forever, Neo pulls a catch me if you can and flees. During his escape, Neo has to play high-stakes game of whack-a-mole with Agent Smith appearing from everywhere, but he's caught off guard at his exit, and is shot several times.
Oh, calm down there.
Just when it seems all hope is lost, Trinity confesses her love. Apparently love is better than any medical advice, and his heart kickstarts again. Neo stands up and sees the Matrix for what it is, a software. The agents open fire, but Neo stops the bullets with his newfound Jedi powers. Smith desperately tries to throw punches at Neo, yet he can't match the anomaly's speed which defies the Matrix rules. Neo sinks into Agent Smith, erasing him from within. Then he exits the Matrix. The movie ends with Neo promising the enslaved humans a world where the sky isn't the limit, and then he literally flies off, just to emphasize the point.